Inday Sara, ang agila ng timog, walang inuurong ng laban.
Agila at tigre, agila at tigre, siya ang aming bise at aming presidente. Agila at tigre, agila at tigre, para sa ating bayan ay hindi ka magsisisi. Agila at tigre, agila at tigre, nagsani puwersa para sa ating ikakabuti. Agila at tigre, agila at tigre, Sara ng Davao at si BBM ng Norte. Sabi nila ako ay bata pa raw, walang alam at dapat di ako nakikisawsaw. Galit na galit kung ano-anong pinagsasabi. Piliin mo ang gusto mo, wala naman kaming pake. Oo, bata pa kami at di pa pwedeng bumoto. Sawa na daw kasi si inay, itay at lolo sa mga politiko na puro lang pangako. Mas masagana daw noon sa panahon ni Apo. Lakay sana ay maulit pa yon. Mga proyekto niya noon nakikinabangan ngayon. Mabilis na aksyon at hindi pa bagal-bagal. Leader na tututok na kami makapag-aral. Hindi buhat bangko at umaas ng banal, na pag may media dun lang nagiging mapagmahal. Ayaw namin sa leader na puro drama at iyak. Ang leader namin dapat may tapang at di matitibag. Agila at tigre, agila at tigre, siya ang aming bise at aming presidente. Agila at tigre, agila at tigre, para sa ating bayan ay hindi ka magsisisi. Agila at tigre, agila at tigre, nagsani puwersa para sa ating ikakabuti. Agila at tigre, agila at tigre, Sara ng Davao at si BBM ng Norte. Isang mayora na alam mong may talino at ayaw niyang inaapi tayo ng kahit sino. Ipaglalaban ka pag ikaw ay nasa tama, mapagkumbaba pero hindi nagpapaawa. Totoo sa sarili at walang halong drama. Anumang estado mo sa buhay siya'y nakikisama. May tapang na dala tulad ng kanyang ama, na hindi nasisindak kahit na sino ka pa. Agila ng Davao ang kanyang bansag, handang libutin ang Pinas gamit kanyang pakpak. Walang bahid ng kurap at hindi palpak, tapang at may malasakit na hindi panggap. Piliin nyo ang may pakialam sa aming kinabukasan. Wag ang politiko na kaya daw kayong bayaran. Wag mong ipagpalit sa pera, wag kang magpaloko. Bukas namin nakasalalay sa inyong boto. Agila at tigre, agila at tigre, siya ang aming bise at aming presidente. Agila at tigre, agila at tigre, para sa ating bayan ay hindi ka magsisisi. Agila at tigre, agila at tigre, nagsani puwersa para sa ating ikakabuti. Agila at tigre, agila at tigre, Sara ng Davao at si BBM ng Norte.
Siya'y isang simpleng tao, aking napatunayan. Mapagpakumbaba sa madla at maging sa kaibigan. Siya ay idolo ng marami, matanda at kabataan. Idolo ng inyong lingkod at tunay kong hinahangaan. Kung paano kumalinga sa kapos at mahihirap. Puri ng taong aking hinahanap sa hinaharap. At ngayong nakita ko na ang tunay na agila sa buong Pilipinas, siya'y aking ipapakilala. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo papabayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Duterte apelyido, pangalan Inday Sara. Minamahal, tinatangkilik siya ng Pilipinong masa. Mismong ako ang patunay at aking nasaksihan, nang siya'y aking makasama sa buong kapuluan. Mas mahalaga sa kanyang sarili, pagmamahal sa kanyang kapwa. Puso niya sumeserbisyo sa kapos at mga dukha. Ang mapabuti ang buong bansa'y kanyang hinahangad. At ang tiwala ng sambayanan ay may lagay sa kanyang palad. Eto na, Inday Sara,
Dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran.
Tunay, love you! Huwag ka mag-alala, number 1 kita!
Siya'y isang simpleng tao, aking napatunayan. Mapagpakumbaba sa madla at maging sa kaibigan. Siya ay idolo ng marami, matanda at kabataan. Idolo ng inyong lingkod at tunay kong hinahangaan. At ngayong nakita ko na ang tunay na agila sa buong Pilipinas, siya'y aking ipapakilala. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh sa mga kapatid nating Muslim. Maing buntag at magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Welcome dito sa SA4U ngayong araw ng Biyernes. Sa ngalan ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, Tek Ocampo, live mula rito sa Davao City. Dito sa SA4U, kilalanin natin ang mga Pinoy artist na nagpahayag ng suporta sa kandidatura ni Mayor Sara Duterte bilang Vice Presidente. Samantala, pakinggan din ang mga pananaw ng ating mga kababayan tungkol kay Mayor Sara Duterte at kung gaano nila kamahal ang alkalde. Abangan po natin yan maya-maya lang. Sa unang pagkakataon, dumalo si Mayor Sara Duterte sa local rally ng mga partidong hugpong ng pagbabago at hugpong sa taong lungsod dito sa Davao City. Sa kabila ng kanyang kabi-kabilang campaign sortie sa iba't ibang lugar sa bansa kagabi, dinaluhan ng alkalde ang local rally sa 2nd District ng Davao City. Dito, isa-isa niyang pinangalanan at iniendorso ang mga kumakandidato sa ilalim ng HNP at hugpong sa taong lungsod o HTL mula sa Vice Mayor, Congressman at mga konsehal at syempre muli niyang ipinahayag ang pasasalamat at pagsuporta sa kanyang bunsong kapatid na si Sebastian Baste Duterte na pumayag na tumakbong alkalde ng lungsod ng Davao kapalit niya. Ipinangako ni Mayor Sara na magtutulungan silang magkapatid upang mapatupad ang mga programang inihanda para sa Davao City at maging sa buong bansa kung maluklok si Mayor Sara bilang Vice Presidente.
Naibaw mo, kung wala ni siya musugot, nga mudagan siya pagkamayor, dili ko makadagan og Vice President. Kay siya gyud ang gipangutanan nako. Una, tangutanan ko sa iyaha kung mudagan ba siya og mayor. Ningon siya sa ako nga imuha ng desisyon, pero kung ako ang pangutan-on nimo, andam ko nga mudagan og mayor sa ato ang syudad sa Davao. Ang akong gisulti sa iyaha, wala tay pagduha-duha. You were born prepared to become mayor of Davao City. Magtinabangay mi sa mga proyekto nga mapa, taas pa nato ang standard of living nato dinhi sa syudad sa Davao. Nga kita, kanegosyo, trabaho, bata maka-eskwela, nga dili ta mahadlok, nga dunay mubuhat og dautan sa atoa ug sa atoang mga anak. Atong botohan pagkamayor, Sebastian Baste Duterte.
Samantala, narito na ang batch 2 and 3 ng senatorial candidates feature ng Uniteam. Dito matutunghayan ang mga slogan o general platform nila. Number 40, Loren Legarda. Number 27, Jinggoy Estrada. Number 30, Senator Win Gatchalian. Number 54, Harry Roque. Number 49, Robin Padilla. Number 29, Attorney Larry Gadon. At number 33, Gringo Honasan. Panoorin po natin.
Ligarda.
Lo dico si Loren, lo dico si Loren,
Loren Ligarda.
lo dico si Loren, lo dico si Loren.
Loren Ligarda.
Ay, Jingo'y Estrada tayo. Ay, Jingo'y Estrada tayo. Ay, Jingo'y Estrada tayo. Go, Senator, win! Lahat ay win na win. Tayo ay win na win. Win na win. Kailangan ng Pilipino masipag na spokesman, bagong hero ng Senado. Siya ang ating action man. Siya ang ating action man. Kailangan ng Pilipino masipag na spokesman, bagong hero ng Senado. Siya ang ating action man. Iboto si Gringo para senador. Iboto si Gringo para senador. Sa balota nyo, iboto si Gringo. Sa darating na eleksyon, ating iboto si Super Gringo.
At bago tayo mag-break, shoutout po muna sa mga support groups ni Mayor Sara Duterte. Isda o Inday Sara Duterte ako. Super Inday, Isda o kay Inday Sara, Lilipad na Pilipinas at Youth for Inday Sara Duterte.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Sa simpleng pagpindot ng iyong cellphone, maaari nang may pahayag ang iyong pagsuporta sa Uniteam at ituloy ang pagbabago movement. Unang gawin ay pumunta sa www.ipm2022.ph. Upang maging opisyal na miyembro ng Uniteam at IPM, itap ang Register as a Supporter. Kompletuhin ang mga kinakailangang importanteng detalye ng supporter registration form, gaya ng iyong pangalan, middle name at apelyido, kasarian, edad at ang iyong mobile number. Kung ikaw ay isang overseas Filipino worker, piliin ang yes at ilagay kung saang bansa ka nakatira. Kung ikaw naman ay nandito sa Pilipinas, ilagay ang rehiyon, probinsya, lungsod o munisipalidad at kung saang barangay ka nakatira. Kinakailangan rin ang iyong kompletong address. Paalala, huwag gumamit ng pagdadaglat o abbreviation. Sunod ay piliin ang kategorya na iyong kinabibilangan. Pumili rin ng sektor na iyong kinabibilangan. Siguraduhin tama ang iyong ibinigay na impormasyon bago pindutin ang Save button. Pagkatapos pindutin ang Save button, lalabas sa screen ang iyong official ID, nagpapatunay na ikaw ay isang official supporter ng Uniteam at ituloy ang pagbabago movement. Paalala, hindi na maaaring bumalik sa nakaraang page kung nariyan na ang iyong official ID. Agad na pindutin ang Save button bago ito mawala. Kung sakaling mayroong mga katanungan, maaaring message ang Ituloy ang Pagbabago Facebook page at agad namin itong sasagutin.
Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa.
Welcome back sa SA4U. Shoutout po muna sa mga grupong sumusuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte. Sara All, Inday Cares, Isip Pilipinas o Inday Sara, ikalawang Pangulo ng Pilipinas, Solid Inday Sara o SIS at Sara Tayo.
Inday Sara, ikaw ang agila.
Patuloy ang mainit na suporta na binibigay ng mga volunteer artists sa kandidatura ni Mayor Sara Duterte bilang Vice Presidente. Ngayong araw ay pakinggan natin ang statement of support ng host and actress na si Giselle Sanchez at singer and theater actress na si Ima Castro. Dito lang yan sa Artist for Sara.
Una sa lahat, I am an Inday Sara volunteer at hindi po ako bayad para gawin ang video ito. I collaborated with Direct Nigel to show you why I am making an intelligent choice to vote Mayor Inday Sara Duterte as Vice President of this country. Naumpo si Inday Sara bilang Mayor ng Davao, 2 billion ang utang ng Davao. Ngayong bumaba siya as Mayor, 0 na ang utang ng Davao. She will be the best in managing the debt of the Philippines. Pangalawa, mahal niya ang Pilipinas. Ako po ay taga Bohol at nang naghasik ng lagim ang bagyong si Odette sa Bohol, wiped out talaga ang mga towns namin at nga ang mga kababayan namin doon. Lalong-lalo na ang bayan ng Ubay. Si Congressman Aris Aumentado at ang kanyang may bahay na si Van Aumentado ay humingi ng saklolo kay Mayor Inday Sara. In less than 24 hours, dumating ang disaster team ni Mayor Inday. Si Mayor Inday Sara ang first responder namin kahit hindi siya taga Bohol. Nagdala siya ng 100 members ng disaster team niya na may dalang doctors, nurses, engineers, carpenters, at may dala-dala silang bigas, tubig, delata, pagkain. Isipin niyo na lang lahat ng kailangan. Generators. They stayed for 2 weeks. Doon sila nagpasko. Inayos nila ang mga bayan namin at binigyan niya ng mga tent na masisilungan lahat ng nawala ng bahay. Inayos nila ang mga bubong na natanggal at nagdala sila ng mga generators kasi walang kuryente sa buong Bohol. Mahal na kababayan, ang Pilipinas ay nasa Pacific Ring of Fire kung saan merong 450 volcanoes. Ito ang dahilan kung bakit napakarami nating earthquakes at pagputok ng bulkan. Tayo ay malapit sa equator at West Pacific Sea kung kaya't meron tayong at least 20 typhoons sa isang taon. Kailangan natin ng isang leader na marunong sa disaster response. Isang pinunong sanay na magpatakbo ng isang bayan na merong napakaraming problema. At yan ang dahilan kung bakit pinili ko si Mayor Inday Sara bilang Vice-Presidente ko. Kapwa ko Pilipino, isipin natin ang Pilipinas. Pumili tayo ng isang pinuno na may takot sa Diyos at mahal ang ating bansa. Piliin natin si Inday Sara Duterte, number 4 sa balota.
Ang mga katangian na nakita ko sa aking Vice President na si Mayor Inday Sara ay bukod sa pagiging honest niya, he's very brave. Pag nakikita niya na nasa tama ang isang tao, talagang you have her back. Ganon din naman pag alam niyang nasa mali ang tao, talagang kaibigan ka man niya or nasa side ka niya, kaalyado ka niya, hindi ka niya kakampihan. Talagang itatama niya ang mali. And yun ay ilan lamang sa mga katangian na hinahanap ko sa isang magaling na leader. Mayor Inday, or should I say Vice President Inday Sara Duterte, si Ima Castro po ito, and I would like to let you know na hanggang sa dulo, nandito po ako para sa inyo. Maraming salamat po sa pagmamahal nyo sa ating bansa at sa bawat Pilipino. Mahal ko po kayo.
Ako po si Direk Niel de Mesa ng Artists for Sara. Kung ikaw ay isang Pilipino na tunay na sumusuporta kay Mayor Inday Sara Duterte at sa tambalang BBM Sara, hinahayag mo ito sa iyong social media accounts o nagsishare ng mga posts tungkol sa Unity. At syempre, ikaw ay isang malikhaing alagad ng sining. Maaring ikaw ay isang musiko, aktor, mga awit, kompositor, taga-teatro, mananayaw, designer, graphic artist, live performer, filmmaker, manunulat, DJ, o di kaya ay nasa larangan ng multimedia at creative arts. Maaari mo nang sabihin ikaw ay isang artist for Sara. Isa sa adhikain ni Mayor Inday Sara ang pagkakapantay-pantay ng lahat ng mga Pilipino. Walang mayaman, walang mahirap, walang kasarian, walang relihiyon. Sa makatuwid, walang sikat at hindi sikat. Ang boses mo at ang iyong suporta ay mahalaga, lalo na sa larangan ng sining. Isang larangan na nais pag-ibayuhin ni Mayor Inday Sara Duterte at suportahan sa paparating niyang termino. Kung nais mong makibahagi sa mga activities o events para sa tambalang BBM Sara, mag-email lang ng inyong contact details sa artistsforsara@gmail.com. Daghang salamat at mahalin natin ang Pilipinas. Syukran.
Assalamualaikum, madayaw ug maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Maraming salamat sa mga kasapi ng Artists for Sara para sa inyong suporta sa aking mithiin na maging pangalawang pangulo ng ating bansa. Nakakataba ito ng puso at dagdag inspirasyon at lakas ng loob para sa akin. Sama-sama po tayong isulong ang isang mapayapa at maunlad na pamumuhay para sa bawat Pilipino. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas. Syukran. Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Ba't ka sumali dyan? Panlalaki yan. Yan talaga yung mga naririnig ko that time eh.
Ako po ay galing sa mahirap na pamilya. Tuloy pa rin ang buhay, lumalaban pa rin ako.
Kaya nga ang ginawa ko, talagang nagsumikap ako sa lahat ng paraan na pwedeng mabuhay kami.
Fulfilling. Kasi parang dugot pawis po yung pinagdaanan namin during training.
Lahat ng mga leader ng LGBT mag-meeting kasi mayroon daw ibigay na programa ang gobyerno tulad ng mga livelihood.
The world will be a better place if objective po yung kagandahan.
Ang kagandahan sa akin, it's for everybody.
Maganda ako dahil nakasurvive ako sa hirap ng buhay ko noon.
Ako si Inday AJ, sasagipin ka sa anumang panganib.
Ako si Inday Masoy, kakampi mo sa hamon ng buhay.
Ako po si Inday Darwin, hahasain ang inyong isip tungo sa magandang buhay. Inday will always love you.
Narito naman po ang mga pahayag ng ating mga kababayan para kay Mayor Sara Duterte at pakinggan kung bakit nila napupusuan ang ating mahal na alkalde at magiging vice-presidente ng bansa.
Ako po si Alison R. Ferrer from Davao City. Para po sa akin, si Inday Sara Duterte po ay isang magaling na pinuno po. Siya po ay mabuti, kaya niya pong panindigan mga sinasabi niya. Isa rin po siyang magaling na leader. Ang napupusuan ko po para sa posisyong vice-presidente ng Pilipinas ay si Inday Sara Duterte po. Kasi po ay bilang po isang magaling na leader, napaganda niya po yung sa probinsya nilang or city nilang Davao. At maganda rin pong nagawa nila doon. At sa father niya rin po na si Rodrigo Duterte, may isa rin po siyang magaling na leader at nakuha po yun ni Inday Sara.
Ako po muli si Daniel Noblesa, taga Tondo, Manila. Para po sa akin, si Mayor Inday Sara Duterte po ang pinakamagaling na naging alkalde ng lungsod ng Davao, ang anak ni Pangulong Duterte, mabait, matapang at mapagmahal. Si Sara Duterte po ang susunod na magiging vice-presidente ng Republika ng Pilipinas. Dahil po, noon pa man, Mayor Sara at sa bansang Pilipinas, alam ko na ho na si Sara Duterte ang nararapat sa posisyong ito dahil alam kong kakalingain niya, mamahalin niya at patutunayan niya na ang tatak Duterte ay mananatili dito sa ating bayan.
Ako po si Edwin, sales manager, nakatira sa Tondo, Manila. Para sa akin, sir, si Sara Duterte, pagkakakilala ko po, isa siyang mahusay na mayor ng Davao. Pangalawa, ang pagkakakilala ko po sa kanya, isa siyang taong may magandang paninindigan, may pagmamahal sa bayan. Pangatlo, at alam ko yung ugali niya ito ay nakuha niya kung ano ang meron sa kanyang ama. Sa pagka-vice presidente, ako napupusuan ko si Mayora Inday Sara. Kasi nakita ko sa kanya yung kung paano siya magpalakad ng gobyerno. Dahil unang-una yung example na ginawa niya sa Davao, isang napakalaking magandang ehemplo para sa lahat ng mga government official na kagaya niya. So sana, para sa akin, kung ano yung ginawa niya na maganda sa Davao, gusto ko sana o maganda sana kung ma-implement niya sa buong Pilipinas.
Ako ay si Marilyn de la Cruz, taga San Pedro, Laguna. Si Inday Sara Duterte para sa akin ay isang strong woman, may paninindigan. Ngayong darating na 2022 election, para sa akin, si Inday Sara ang Vice President ko. Siya ay isang strong woman, may paninindigan at alam kong kaya niyang gampanan ang kanyang tungkulin bilang Vice Presidente. Alam ko na ayon sa mga ginawa niya rin sa Davao, mas higit niyang gagawin para sa ating bansa kung siya mahalal bilang Vice Presidente.
Ako si Angie Rojas, 46 years old, taga Pasita 2, San Pedro, Laguna. Sa aking puso talaga si Inday Mayor Sara Duterte ang aking Vice President. Nagustuhan ko ang pamamalakad niya sa Davao, kagaya ng kanyang ama na si Rodrigo Duterte. Sa puso ko, kaya pud niya nga pamunuan ang buong Pilipinas. Russell Castillo, San Pedro, Laguna. Si Inday Sara Duterte ay isang magaling na mayor ng Davao. Walang iba kundi si Inday Sara. Dahil siya ay strong woman, kaya niyang atubangon ang problema sa Pilipinas.
Bago tayo magpaalam, shout-out po muna sa mga grupong patuloy ang suporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa buong Uniteam. Let's Go Uniteam Coalition, Marcos-Sara Duterte Alliance o MASADA. Marcos-Sara sa totoong paglilingkod, Tigre at Agila ng Pilipinas at iba't ibang BBM Sara Uniteam chapters sa buong mundo. At dyan po nagtatapos ang Sara All4U ngayong araw ng Biyernes. Maraming salamat sa inyong patuloy na pagsubaybay sa ating programa. Muli pong paalala, mag-ingat pa rin laban sa COVID-19, hindi lang para sa ating sarili, kundi para rin sa ating mga mahal sa buhay. Kaya always wear your face mask, observe social distancing at magpabakuna o booster shot po tayong lahat. At sa ngalan ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, puso at serbisyo, Tek Ocampo. At ito po ang Sara All4U.
Sara Zimmerman Duterte is a Filipino politician and lawyer. She is popularly known in the Philippines as Inday Sara. The nickname Inday means beloved in the Visayan language. In her baptism records, her name is Sara Vicenta, in honor of her grandfather, Vicente. She is the second child of Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the 16th President of the Republic of the Philippines, and Elizabeth Zimmerman Duterte, a former flight attendant and teacher. Sara is the first ever elected woman and the youngest vice mayor and mayor of Davao City. Her life is profoundly backdropped by her family's long history in politics and public service. Her socio-political acumen and leadership skills have been sharpened by the Duterte family's tradition of working in the government and serving the people. Sara's grandfather, lawyer Vicente Tete Gonzales Duterte, was governor of the then undivided Davao province from 1959 to 1965. For 3 years, starting 1965, he served as the Secretary of General Services of former President Ferdinand Marcos. Before this, he served as acting mayor of Cebu's municipality of Danao from 1946 to 1948. Sara's Lolo Tete was a man remembered by many for his humility and magnanimity. Her grandmother, Soledad Gonzales Roa, was an educator who established a foundation in Davao City that served indigenous people's children needing education. On the other hand, Sara's maternal ancestry provided her with an acute understanding of the heart of the working class. Her maternal grandfather, Godofredo Baldazo Zimmerman, was the son of George John Zimmerman, a German-American missionary, and Cristita Baldazo, who hailed from Hilongos, Leyte. Her Lolo Godo worked his way up from crew to ship captain. Sara's grandmother, Purissima Puring Fortunado Abellana, was an exuberant popular vendor in Davao City's Bangkerohan and Manila's Baclaran markets. Puring's roots are traced back to Tuburan, Cebu, and is said to be a putative descendant of Hari Tupas, the son-in-law of Hari Humabon. Before politics, Sara had a brief stint as a court attorney in the Supreme Court of the Philippines in 2006. She then served as vice mayor from 2007 to 2010 and was elected mayor in 2010 in what is now known as the biggest landslide election victory in the history of Davao. Although a newcomer in 2007, Sara demonstrated transformational leadership skills among the members of the City Council. Her colleague, the veteran legislator Pilar Braga, described her as a firm, principled, tactful negotiator, pacifier, and fearless administrator. One of the landmark legislation passed when she was vice mayor was the Watershed Code of Davao. It aims to protect, conserve, and manage the watershed areas of the city. Her landmark project while serving vice mayor was Inday para sa Barangay, a whole-of-government approach to service every year in each of the 182 barangays of the city. It is now called the Caravan of Government Services when she moved to the city mayor's office. During her term as mayor, the timeless Davao Life is Here brand was created. It propelled Davao City's image as a desired market and destination for investment and tourism events, including the meetings, incentives, conference, exhibitions market. As a neophyte mayor in 2010, she easily gained the trust of Region 11 economic pillars. Then President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. appointed her as chairperson of the Regional Development Council. The RDC under her leadership made notable accomplishments that propelled the region. She was also selected as a NEDA Board Regional Development Committee Mindanao Area Committee chairperson. During her first full year as RDC chairperson, Davao Region's gross regional domestic product expanded from 3.9% in 2011 to 7.1% in 2012. Because of this notable accomplishment, Sara was lauded by Joey Salceda, a prominent economist and well-respected member of the House of Representatives, as someone with an enlightened leadership style and sophisticated economic thinking. Under Sara's leadership, Davao City soared to greater heights and emerged as a premier city in Mindanao. For the short period of 2011 to 2013, Davao City received 36 awards, citations, and recognitions for good governance, business, tourism, health, environment, fiscal management, transparency, among others. Sara served as a regional officer of the National Movement of Young Legislators in 2007 to 2010 and served as officer in the National Executive Board of the League of Cities Philippines in 2010 to 2013. At this point, she already figured in the early surveys for senators in the 2013 elections, even if she was underage. In 2013, Sara took a respite from politics, devoting her time as one of the partner lawyers of Carpio and Duterte lawyers. She passed the pre-judicature program of the Philippine Judicial Academy in preparation for her plans to join the judiciary. Her desire to continue serving the public led her to be involved in a non-government organization, and in 2014, she was elected to the Board of Governors of the Philippine Red Cross. On the side, she worked on various product endorsements and as a segment host for a local morning news show on GMA Network. Her hosting job gave her the opportunity to volunteer, deliver relief, and report firsthand on the damage and the needs of the Boholanos during the 2013 earthquake. In 2016, Sara re-entered local politics and ran for mayor. She and her mother Elizabeth, who was in between cancer treatments, embarked on a national bus caravan called Biyaheng Duterte to help campaign for President Duterte. They were joined by some members of the family and Sara's friends and classmates from high school. Fresh from the success of the bus campaign, the centerpiece of her mayoral comeback was called Biyaheng Duterte, a political agenda guided by 30 projects for 10 priority sectors: education, health, poverty alleviation, infrastructure development, solid waste management and environment, agriculture, investment and tourism, traffic and transportation management, disaster risk reduction and management, and peace and order. As a believer of continuity, Sara's 2019 mayoral re-election bid was anchored on the 2016 platform, but this time called Biyaheng Duterte, the second trip. Sara relentlessly pursued peace and progress in her administration. As a result, she was able to lift Davao City to a stellar national status with 117 awards, citations, and recognitions from March 2017 to December 2021. Davao City is included on the 2021 Top 10 Richest Cities of the Philippines of the Commission on Audit. And in the same year, Davao City was ranked the 4th most competitive, highly urbanized city by the Department of Trade and Industry. At the end of calendar year 2022, Davao City is expected to be debt-free. At the start of 2016, when she returned as mayor, Davao City's loan balance was in the amount of 1.3 billion pesos out of all loans contracted by the city during the years 2000, between 2005 and 2010, and in 2015. Loan repayments have been consistently provided for in the budget. For the year 2022, the amount of 46.7 million pesos has been made available for the final repayment, making Davao City debt-free. During her terms as mayor between 2016 and 2022, she played supporting roles to the Regional Development Council and the Regional Peace and Order Council. Sara accepted the challenge of the appointment as chairperson of both the Metropolitan Davao Coordinating Committee under the RDC and the Task Force Tuganay of the RPOC. Both committees are trailblazing peace and development initiatives in Region 11. The Metro Davao Committee lists as an accomplishment the House of Representatives and Senate approval of the creation of Metropolitan Davao Development Authority. Sara has been recognized both here and abroad for the work that she has done as local chief executive. In 2012, she was one of the 88 nominees to the prestigious World Mayor Awards and one of the only 2 Filipino mayor nominees. In 2021, she was selected as the Philippines' top-performing mayor with a rating of 93% by an independent and non-commissioned survey of the RP Mission and Development Foundation, Incorporated. It was a feat achieved in the time of the crushing COVID-19 pandemic. Foreign governments have also recognized Sara for her work, generously supporting and inviting her to learn from their countries. She was one of only 2 Philippine mayors invited in 2012 by the government of Israel to attend the 28th International Mayors Conference. In that same year, she also participated in the World Mayors Forum in Singapore. In 2018, Sara participated in an urban planning study tour in the cities of Tokyo and Kitakyushu with the Japan International Cooperation Agency. And in 2020, she attended the 88th Winter Meeting of the United States Conference of Mayors in Washington, D.C. Sara is an alumna of the International Visitors Leadership Program of the U.S. State Department. Her advocacies are reflected in the projects dearest to her, the Peace 911, Magnegosyo Taday, Pagbabago Campaign, and the Kian Gabriel Hotline. Peace 911 is a successful local peace initiative that practically brought stability to the once conflict area of Paquibato District in Davao City. The project contributed to the collapse of the New People's Army Guerrilla Front 55. Magnegosyo Taday is a livelihood support project that encouraged entrepreneurship of women. The success of MTD spawned the Rainbow Magnegosyo Taday that intend to support entrepreneurship in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual community. The Pagbabago campaign is a two-pronged approach to solving interlocking problems related to poverty, children's education, and responsible parenthood. Through the Pagbabago campaign, children and parents in the communities are given bags branded as Pagbabago that contain reading materials on the importance of education and responsible parenting. Sara personally delivers these bags to children and parents. She uses her voice and influence to steer families into the right path out of poverty. The Kian Gabriel hotline was created to allow anonymous reporting of child neglect and abuse that paved the way to rescue children in distress. The hotline was created in memory of 2 children in Davao City who died because of abuse. Since its operationalization in October 2016 and as of January 2022, no child has died at the hands of abusers in the city. In 2018, Sara led the creation of Hugpong ng Pagbabago, a region-wide political party aimed at creating a strong, peaceful, and developed region that can become a symbol of hope for our country's progress. Just like in 2016, she also went around the country in 2019, but this time on her favorite big bike, a 900cc Yamaha XSR, she fondly named Ella to help campaign for senator candidates. In November 2021, Sara took her oath as a member of the Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats National Party. Sara is currently the chairperson of both the HNP and Lakas CMD. Sara is an adopted member of the Philippine Military Academy Maharlika class of 1984 and the Philippine National Police Academy Tagapagkalinga class of 1991. She is a member of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Armed Forces of the Philippines Army Reserve Command. She holds the rank of Colonel and is currently the Assistant Brigade Commander of the 2202nd Ready Reserve Combined Arms Brigade, Philippine Army. She has received several medals, ribbons, badges, and citations for her work in Davao in support of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. She also received a presidential award from former President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. and the Philippine Commission for the Urban Poor in December 2011. And in August 2021, Sara was celebrated by Asia-Pacific Luminaire Awards as someone who has contributed to the creation of a brighter future. Sara is a Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy graduate from the San Pedro College in Davao City. She received her Juris Doctor degree from the San Sebastian College Recoletos in the city of Manila. She was presented as one of the 30 most outstanding St. Augustine awardees of San Sebastian in January 2014 and was granted by the San Sebastian College of Law the Distinguished Alumna Award for Public Service in February 2020. She also received the Distinguished Woman of Service Award from the San Beda College Alumni Association in February 2011. Sara spent 4 years of law school at the San Beda and her final year in San Sebastian. Sara is a graduate in 2011 of the twin program of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Command and General Staff College, General Staff Course, and the Development Academy of the Philippines, Master of Public Management. Sara is blessed as an adopted member of the Ate tribe of Davao City in 2013. She was given the name Bio Simulun. She is also an adopted daughter of the province of Camarines Sur and the city of Tangub, and in 2019, she was blessed as an adopted daughter of the province of Abras Tingyan tribe, given the name Dulimaman, which was inspired from the courageous heroine in the tribe's epic Wadagan Ken Dulimaman. Sara was once involved in an infamous punching incident of a court sheriff in 2011. She has twice publicly apologized for what happened and was suspended by the Department of the Interior and Local Government and reprimanded through an administrative case. Looking back, she describes the sad incident as a turning point in her life as a politician, a constant reminder not to embarrass the mandate given to me by the people. She now considers herself the best person to talk about peace because she was once a national face of rage. Meanwhile, Sara has a collection of photos of herself with facades and altars of numerous Catholic churches taken during her travels all around the country. She is keenly interested in the architecture and history of Catholic churches, believing that each reflect the faith of the people and the uniqueness of the towns where these churches are built. She is married to fellow lawyer Manassas Reyes Carpio, and they have 3 children named Shark, Stingray, and Stonefish. Inday Sara is undoubtedly no magician, but the strength of her heart to lift everyone and soar high, fight, and win makes her second to none.